Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. I am getting ready to cut out a beach ball door hanger for tomorrow's live. As you guys know, I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central on my Facebook and YouTube. And so I thought it would be fun to bring you along today while I'm cutting out tomorrow's blank. Now, I'm not going to be doing this one in a full size door hanger size. I'm actually going to be doing it at about 11.5 inches round, because I think I may want to swap this one out with the flamingo that is on my welcome porch leaner. And so I'm going to be putting this one as the O on my welcome porch leaner, and I wanted to cut this one out a little smaller. This would also be a really cute wreath attachment for those of you who make wreaths. Hey Patty, how are you? Y'all say hi as you come in. Tell me where you're from. Let me know, did you get my text right before we went live? If you didn't, you can get text notifications by texting that number. You can also text all your Glowforge questions to that number as well. Okay, so we're getting ready to go live, or not go to go live. We're already live. We're getting ready to cut out the door hanger. On my, let's see, I'm using a different method for doing this live than I usually do for these kind of lives, but I've got my Glowforge software pulled up here. I've got everything set. It says it's going to take 4 minutes and 28 seconds to cut this out. As you can see how the top part of that beach ball is cut off? That is because we're using the pass-through feature on the Glowforge. Now, the Glowforge has a cutting bed that can cut about 10.5 inches, I think, in depth and about 19 inches wide. Now, my piece is 11.5 inches round. And so Kelly says, I'm showing my coworkers. That's so funny. Kelly's excited because she's getting a Glowforge in just a couple weeks. Hey, Dawn. So as you can see, the top of that beach ball is cut off, but that's okay because we're going to be using the pass through, which will allow us to adjust it, slide the piece forward, and finish cutting. Okay, so once we hit print right up here and it tells us our time, now we just have to go over here to the Glowforge and see if the magic button is flashing. It is. So I've got my wood in here and everything. Now we can just press the button. Make sure I turn on my air filter down here because I have mine vented through an air filter provided by Glowforge. And here it goes. You could also vent this out a window if you prefer. Can you guys see that? Oh boy, I just realized something. Those little weights that I had, one of them has shifted toward the middle, so that may be a problem. I bought these little weights that were supposed to like hold the wood down if the wood is warped. Oh, it just skipped right over it. I guess it'll be okay. I could hit the button again and pause it, but if I would have to lift the lid in order to move that weight, and I don't want to do that. I think it'll be fine. Hi, Liz from Leroy, Minnesota. Cindy says, I'm excited to learn and a little nervous too. It's okay. It's very user-friendly. I'll answer some questions about it in just a moment. Can you guys see that? It's cutting out the words for, it says make a splash. Or it's not cutting those out, sorry. It is etching or scoring those words. That's what Glowforge calls the etching. They call it scoring. I love watching this thing go. I probably should have put this in landscape mode instead of portrait mode before we went live so that you guys could see it full screen. I apologize about that. I kind of got excited and hit the go live button before I had everything set up. It's going to finish scoring all of the design, and then it will go around and begin cutting the outer shape. And while we wait for it to take pictures in between, I will answer questions. So if you have a question about the Glowforge or anything like that, feel free to put them in the comments, and I will scroll through if I missed it and read those in just a moment. It's hard for me to see the comments right now because I have the phone facing downward. Oh, there it goes. You see it's cutting. It's using a higher power, and it's moving slower now to go around the edge of the wood circle. cutting all the way through the wood this time. Instead of just scoring it or etching it, it's cutting all the way through. Okay, while it's doing that, let me chat with you guys for just a minute. Karen says, I haven't seen this machine. So it is a Glowforge laser cutter machine. It's really cool. You can do all kinds of neat stuff with it. Marina says, good morning. Still going back and forth on what to purchase. Thank you for the live demo. Yes, now next month I am getting a thunder laser, and it is going to be about 3 times faster, and it will have a larger cutting bed. So it does cost a little bit more, but it will be able to do things faster and cut bigger pieces. It is a little bit slow, Tracy, if you compare it to other laser machines, but one of the perks of the Glowforge is that it can be right here in my craft room. I can vent it right through the air filter, or I could vent it through a window if I wanted to. Good morning, Lynn from Tennessee. A lot of laser machines that you purchase have to go outside, like in a shop or a garage or something like that, and they're not small enough to be like right here in my craft room. And I love that this one is not super loud. The loudest thing on it is the air filter, and it can cut things right here in my craft room. Let's see. Susan would love a Glowforge. Jill said, how did I miss that you have a Glowforge? I've been eyeing them forever for the past year. Well, girl, what are you waiting for? Get you one. They do have a payment plan, and they have a $500 off coupon. Now, if you use my link up above, it will apply the coupon at checkout. I will say, before you go purchase one, you need to have a plan. What's your plan? What are you going to cut with this? What are you going to sell? How quickly can you make your money back? Because as a responsible business owner, you don't need to just go out and buy shiny new things without having a plan. I'm going to show you how it's going to continue cutting the last part here in a minute. So let me show you what it just did. It just finished cutting around the edge of that circle. And now we're going to have to cut the top part with the pass-through. So right now, the machine is going to be taking pictures, and that way it will be able to perfectly line up the rest of the circle. Let me show you what it looks like on the screen over here. See how it's got that blue line up at the top? It's going to finish doing the circle, but first it's taking pictures so that it will know where to put that line. So it says, do not open the lid or do anything like that. You don't want to mess it up. You want it to let it do its job. And then when it says it's ready, we'll be able to shift the wood forward. But like I was saying, let me shut the air filter off while we chat. It's distracting to have to yell over the air filter. Like I was saying, as a responsible business owner, I don't want you to just go out and buy a shiny new toy with no plan for what you're going to do with it. Because they do have a payment plan. Like if you can't shell out the money up front to buy one, you need to use the payment plan and have a plan for what you're going to do in order to make that money back to make your payment every month. You love my keyboard keys. They are stickers from Jane.com. Awesome. You got the text letting you know I was going live. If you have questions about the Glowforge that you think of later after I hop off this live, feel free to text them to me. It is an amazing machine. Blair says, any way to share this video to a friend who just made a Glowforge purchase? She's not in Painter's Clubhouse. Am I in Painter's Clubhouse? I thought I was live on my public page. Whoops. Let me go look and see. Where am I live? That's what I get from doing this from my phone and not my laptop like I normally do. No, we're live on my public page. Okay, yeah, you should be able to share it to her because this is a public live. It's also on YouTube. Good morning, Sharon. Will your other machine fit in your craft room? Yes, it will. It's maybe a hair bigger than the Glowforge. So I'm just going to like make room on the counter and have 2 of them in here. April says, I like the way you said that about having a plan. Yes, because my husband knows this. Like as a business owner, anytime I make a big purchase, whether it's paying for a piece of equipment like this, or it's buying a $2,000 course, I like to know before I purchase that I'm going to be able to double my money back. Not just make my money back and pay it off, but double my money back. And so whatever you're purchasing in your business, you need to make sure you can do that, especially when it's something this expensive. Can you show us your craft room? Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, hang on. Let's finish the Glowforge real quick because it's now popped up and it says shift your material forward. So I'm going to open the lid. I'm going to remove these little dudes here. I don't guess I really even needed them. I thought the wood was a little warped. Okay, we're going to slide it forward because see there now the Glowforge Pro is the only one that has this slot that allows you to slide it forward. Otherwise, you're limited to a 10.5-inch cutting space. Okay, so we slide it forward just enough that it can finish the job. Close the lid, come back over here, press continue. Now the software that it uses is on the Glowforge website, so it's a cloud-based software. So you will have to have internet in order for it to work. I use Revolution plywood from Lowe's, Sharon. Which Thunder laser are you getting? I'm starting out with a Nova 24. And then we've also purchased an industrial size laser to go out in the shop that we're building, which exciting news. They showed up with equipment today to get out there and start working. 10 minutes after they got here, it started downpouring outside. So that's just how my luck has gone with this building, this shop. Linda says the pastor is awesome. I agree. Are there any trade shows anywhere to learn about different machines and things? That's a great question. In July, like the week of the July 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, sometime in there, there is a trade show in Las Vegas called the AWFS Fair. Google that, AWFS Fair. My husband and I are actually going to be going to that. We'll be in Vegas, and we're going to plan a meet and greet in Vegas while I'm there. Look at that crazy hair. So if you are going to that trade show, we would love to meet you while we're there. Good morning, Rhonda. You love your Glowforge. Awesome. Brenda said she just purchased the composition iPad cover. Today is is Amazon Prime Day. Did y'all know that? Amazon Prime Day. So if you have not checked out what is on Amazon, you totally should. I'm going to put my Amazon affiliate link in here just because if you're going to do any shopping, I would love to be the one that refers you. But anyways, I did want to give you a heads up. The Tenco hardwood floor vacuum / mop thing, you guys heard me talking about it a while back on a Friday Fab 5 video, is $120 off right now. Now you have to hit the little check box that applies the coupon, but it makes it, instead of $400, it makes it $280. So that's such a steal. I was kind of like disappointed I didn't get mine at that price. Oh, it's done. Okay, so now it says continue. All I have to do is look at the screen and make sure that the blue lines align. Yes, they do. So I can hit continue. Now it's going to start the print. Now when the blue light starts flashing, we can start cutting. What other questions do you guys have about Glowforges and lasers and all the things? I would love to know. Oh, button's flashing. Let me turn my air filter back on. It's going to get noisy. Now watch. When it comes back to finish cutting, it's perfectly aligning with the previous cut because it took pictures and everything. And there it goes. It's going to finish the cut. I should have used masking. I got excited to go live and forgot to put any masking on this, so I'll have to do a little bit of light sanding to get that slight burn over look off, but it's not a big deal. There it goes. And it's done. Awesome. So let's pull it out and have a look. Looky there. It is cut and ready to paint tomorrow. It says make a splash. So this is an 11.5-inch round circle piece. Let me put you guys back up on the tripod so I can be hands-free. Let me turn this air filter off so I can hear you. There we go. So this is the piece we'll be painting live tomorrow. If you want to get the laser cut file or the printable template for it, you can get that at shopdoorhangers.com, or you can purchase the wood blanks from us with the design laser etched on it. So you wouldn't even have to hand letter. It's already on there for you. What is the total investment with the Glowforge Pro, machine, software, attachments, etc.? So the Glowforge Pro retails for $6,000. You can get $500 off with my link. If you want to purchase the air filter, that's an additional $1,000. So if you purchased that with the Glowforge at the $500 off, it would be $6,500. As far as additional extras, You don't really need anything else. The only thing you need is your wood and your materials. So that is up to you as to what you're going to be cutting. What have you found is the best way to remove the burn from the wood when you're not using masking? I just use an electric sander, and I just barely lightly go over this edge, and it just sands that right off. It's not a big deal. So that's what I'm going to be doing here in just a bit. Do all of the machines have that burned edge? I don't know if they all do. I don't know enough about all the laser machines to answer that question, but I'm curious about that as well. Tricia says, what's the difference between the Pro and the midline Glowforge that helped you make your final decision? So the Pro was the only one that had the pass-through window where I could make bigger cuts. That was the deciding factor. And once I found that out, I was like, well, done. I have to have the Pro, because I knew I'd want to cut larger pieces, like door hanger size, up to 19 inches by 19 inches. Because this circle, you know, I wouldn't be able to go past 10.5 inches in depth. I could go up to 19 inches wide, but without pass through, I wouldn't be able to go more than 10.5 inches this way. And so if I wanted to cut a 19-inch circle, I would have to have the Glowforge Pro. Do you always use the air filter? Yes, you must. It's what filters out the smoke, smell, and any harmful, like, you know, chemicals and stuff, because you can also cut like acrylic and things with this. What is your preferred masking? Sarah, I have that Amazon link that I provided for you guys up there. I have some laser essentials, like, that are my favorites, linked there, and this masking is on there. So just click the Amazon link that I put up there. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll pin it for you guys. There it is. So that's the link for my Amazon shop. It has the masking material linked on the Amazon or the laser favorites. I'm talking too fast. How thick can you cut? I'm told it can do up to 1/2 inch, but I've only ever done 1/4 inch. So, do you have to join anything with Glowforge for software or anything like that? I think they have a monthly subscription. You'll have, it's been a while since I did it, so I've forgotten, but I think I've paid for the premium subscription, which allows you to have access to a library of cut files and things like that. And it also increases the software time. It kind of, like, the processing time is faster because they do have the cloud-based software. And I want to say it's right at about $30 a month, but I don't think you have to have it in order to use Glowforge. Do you have any resources that you recommend for us to learn how to mask? No, not really. And the only thing the only thing you have to do is take that stuff out and stick it down. And then I usually use, like, a credit card or something that, you know, something that you can smooth out the bubbles with. This is an old Uppercase Living tool that we used to use to smooth out the vinyl and the transfer tape. So it's like the same sort of thing, something you can use to smooth it out. Does Glowforge finance? Yes, they do. They have a payment plan. Can you cut MDF? Yes, you can. I just don't have any. I do have 1/8 of an inch thick MDF, and I like cutting it. It's like butter. Do you have any resources that you can recommend for us to learn how to I already read that. Is there a payment plan on the machine? Yes. Yes, yes. Okay. I think I got all your questions. Oh, can you cut out anything larger than 11 inches? Yes, you can go up to 19 inches wide, right? But with the pass-through, you're not limited with length. You can just keep going. Like, I could do something 19 inches wide by like 10 feet long if I wanted to. So it just depends. Damon says you're trying to make me buy a Glowforge too. Well, it's your fault, Damon, because at the mastermind you were trying to get me to buy one of those fancy printers that prints on vinyl. So, you know, turnabout's fair play. Okay, I think I got all your questions. Let me see. I'm going up to see if I missed any. Is the laser cutter bigger than the Glowforge, around the same pricing? So the one that's bigger, the Thunder laser that I'm going to be getting in July, cuts, I believe, up to 24 inches. So yes, it does cut larger. What does the sign on your cabinet door say? It says, even on my worst day, I'm still killing it. It was a sign that I got in my framed monogram box from Sarah a while back, and I just loved it. So I put it right up there. Of course, it's got leopard print on it, so why wouldn't I love it? The software program used is the one on the Glowforge website. So I don't think it really has a name. It's just Glowforge's software. What was the name of the floor cleaner you mentioned? The Tinco, Tineco. iFloor S3, Tenco. Okay. I'm going back down now to make sure I've gotten all your questions. Does it score through the masking? Yes, it does score through the masking. She's asking, like, would you still be able to see, you know, these? Yes, it does that through the masking. Do you use the pass-through often? Every single time. Almost every single time. Because it's rare that I cut anything smaller than like 12 inches. So if I'm cutting anything 12 inches, I'm using the masking almost every single time. About how much a month? I think it was $30 a month for the premium subscription. So with the 19 inches wide, can you rotate your product? So yes. So like if something was 19 inches by 10 inches, I would be able to do it on this. But if it was 19 by 12, I would need the pass through to do that because it's bigger than the thing. Okay. I think I've got it all. I will answer all of your questions if you will text me. If I missed one, let me know. We're going to be painting this live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. So come and join me again then. If you want to be notified, wait, right here. If I kept trying to point at the number, but it's got whatever. It's got the thing mirrored and like, no matter if I point the wrong direction, there we go. Text this number and it will notify you when we go live tomorrow. All right. Bye, y'all.